Learning any new crafts can come with its challenges, and embroidery is no exception. My name is Amanda, I am an embroidery artist, and in this video, I wanted to share some of my top tips to help you avoid a lot of frustration. These tips and tricks I have figured out the hard way or picked up from others, and I promise they will save you so much time and effort. I think you'll notice the difference when you're stitching, so let's get into the video. When you first open a skein of embroidery floss, it's easiest to pull from the side that's labeled with the number. This will ensure that you won't have any tangles or knots when you're pulling out the thread. Once you use some of the thread, the packaging can easily slip off. There's a couple of ways to handle this. One way is to pinch up the packaging and slip it into the other label, and this will be a temporary fix to keep it from slipping off. However, I think the most effective way is just to label a plastic bobbin and wind it around those. I think mostly everyone has these little tomato pincushions. This has a little strawberry attached to it, and it actually has emery in it, which is a needle sharpener. So if you notice your needle squeaking or becoming kind of dull, try to run your needle through this a few times and you'll notice a huge difference. Make sure you're going through one direction only, because if you go back and forth, it can damage the needle. If you're having trouble threading a needle, try using a needle threader. All you have to do is place the loop through the eye of the needle, place the tail end of the thread through the loop, and then pull it through. You can also use some thread conditioner, which is usually just some beeswax. Run the end of your floss through the beeswax, and it should stiffen it up and make it a little bit easier to stick through the eye of the needle. If you've ever had issues with your fabric slipping in your hoop and you just can't get it tight enough, binding your embroidery hoop will make a huge difference. I have a tutorial on how to do this, so I will make sure to leave it in the cards, but essentially all you have to do is wrap some sort of scrap fabric or binding tape around the inner and or outer rings, and it will provide a lot more tension and padding to the fabric. If you prefer to start your embroidery stitches with knots, which no judgment, I love to do this, I like to use a quilter's knot. This is a knot where you just place the tail facing the tip of the needle, wrap the thread around the needle, and then pull it through. It allows you to control the size of the knot better, and it works really well when you're using really thin floss. If you've ever gotten these little looped knots while you're stitching, don't freak out. They are easy to remove. All you have to do is place the tip of your needle through the loop, start to pull it until the knot starts to give, and then you can just take the two ends of the thread and it should just disappear. I made this project for my new embroidery book, which I'll tell you all about in a little bit, but it has pretty thin fabric, so I doubled up the fabric, will prevent any fabric from slipping in the hoop and conceal any stray threads on the back. If you lose needles or you're working with multiple different needles that have different thread colors on them, the needle minders are great. There's a magnet on them and you can just clip them onto your embroidery and place the needle down whenever you need to be hands-free. If you ever find yourself working with yarn, this is the way that you can thread your needle that makes it way easier. All you have to do is fold it over the needle, pull it tight and pinch it, and then you'll just thread the pinched end into the needle. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Please let me know what your favorite one is in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, I think you'll really love my new book, Embroidery for Dummies. It's available now for pre-order and it releases in July of 2026. I'm so proud of this endeavor and I'm sharing everything I've learned over the past 15 plus years of stitching. I really hope it's going to be a valuable resource for you all, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.